unfortunately for Angel Reese, she's dead last. And I'm not kidding you in this list of players. And she looks really, really bad in comparison. And we're going to take a look at that.
What if I told you one of the most hyped rookies in the WNBA is actually one of the league's least efficient scorers, Angel? Reese's social media following might be sky high, but her shooting percentages tell a different story, one that many of her fans refuse to acknowledge.
So refreshing to see some shots actually make it refreshing! Oh no, that's Angel Reese's music! Bang! You like Mustangs? Your favorite player is Lawal Dang? Oh, you said bang!
Stay with me because I'm about to reveal a shocking statistic that exposes how bad she really is. If you think she's already bad, you'll soon realize she's even worse. The numbers don't lie. And when I show you where Reese ranks among all WNBA scorers, you'll understand why basketball legends are publicly questioning her game. By the end of this video, we'll share two legends that we thought were in her corner but are now roasting her. The gap between perception and reality here is wider than you think. Are you ready? Let's go.
A couple of the most baffling things that I've seen this offseason is the lack of videos involving Angel Reese working on layups. Now, look, the layup issue is a real issue for Angel Reese, and I don't understand the taking all the... I mean, yeah, sure, you can practice two-point shots just inside the three-point line. You can practice three-point shots, but there seems to be an emphasis on that from Angel Reese, and I don't understand because she should be trying to perfect her game inside 5 foot.
Did you know Angel Reese ranks dead last in shooting efficiency among all WNBA volume scorers? The numbers are actually worse than anyone realized, and we need to talk about it.
All right, back to business. Line bag work, Brittany Griner. You said you ran? Burn!
Somebody said she's got the coordination skills of a baby giraffe. I don't know what baby giraffes did to receive that kind of slander, but I won't stand for it. Bang!
The WNBA is back in little over a month. Friendly reminder, we're not watching because of one person. We're watching because of her, too.
When analysts evaluate a player's offensive value, true shooting percentage stands out as the gold standard metric. Unlike basic field goal percentage, true shooting percentage gives us the complete picture by accounting for all scoring attempts, field goals, three-pointers, and free throws. It reveals not just how often a player scores, but also how efficiently they use their offensive possessions. In a league where every possession matters, this statistic separates the elite scorers from the volume shooters.
Chicago Sky's Angel Reese found herself at the very bottom of the list, sitting at 30th, with a true shooting percentage of just 46.4%. The contrast between the two rookies, both with massive college followings and major fan bases, ignited strong reactions online.
Now, let's get to the uncomfortable truth. Angel Reese currently sits at a dismal 46.4% true shooting percentage, ranking her 30th in the league. This isn't just below average, it's scraping the bottom of the barrel. To put this in perspective, most established WNBA players maintain numbers well above 50%, with stars often exceeding it. Reese isn't even in the same universe.
Be nice to look this clumsy at your job and then declare you're underpaid. Privilege! Bang! Justice for all baby giraffes out there. I will fight the good fight. Bang! One thing to take from these videos, never give up, because if she can do it, you can do it too!
You might think, well, she's just a rookie adjusting to pro competition. But that excuse falls apart when you look at her peers. Caitlin Clark, dealing with the most defensive attention of any rookie, boasts an impressive 58.3% true shooting percentage, ranking 6th overall in the league, first among rookies, and second among all guards behind only Kelsey Mitchell. Clark is thriving under the same rookie learning curve that supposedly explains away Reese's struggles.
Caitlin Clark may just be starting her WNBA journey, but she's already making waves, not only with highlight plays, but also with cold, hard numbers. A recent viral post on X revealed the true shooting efficiencies of the league's top 30 scorers, and it sparked quite the controversy among fans. Clark, now a rookie with the Indiana Fever, ranked 6th amongst all shooters with a true shooting percentage of 58.3%. True shooting percentage takes into account a player's field goals, three-pointers, and free throws, making it a key indicator of overall scoring efficiency. For a first-year player, it's elite company to be in.
Let's say for a minute that Clark is just the exception. Well, guess what? The 4th overall pick, Rickea Jackson, is also high up the list at 55.2%. Meanwhile, Cameron Brink, the 2nd overall pick, and Camila Cardoso, the 3rd overall pick, were left off the efficiency list because they didn't score enough to have a statistically significant base due to their prolonged injuries last year.
Clark's game has translated well to the pros. Her shooting from deep remains a threat. 33.9% from beyond the arc. She was 13th in the league, while her mid-range and inside games are just as effective. She ranked 4th in 2-point field goal percentage. I mean, see, that's where I'd expect Angel Reese to be real high. Nah. And 2nd in free throw shooting with a remarkable 90.9%. Her effective field goal percentage, EFG, which adjusts for three-point shots being worth more, stood at 52.1%, good for 10th overall.
Now here's something truly shocking that nobody's talking about. Nearly 40% of Reese's much-celebrated rebounds come from collecting her own missed shots. Let that sink in. While the rebounding numbers look impressive on paper, they're partially inflated by her own inefficiency. She's literally creating rebounding opportunities for herself by missing shots that most post players would convert. If true shooting percentage doesn't convince you, her effective field goal percentage might, at a league-worst 39.5%, is essentially a black hole for offensive possessions. When she touches the ball with intent to score, the Chicago Sky is statistically better off if almost anyone else had taken that shot instead. This inefficiency ripples through the entire offense, limiting her team's ceiling despite her other contributions. I guess that explains why no one guards her.
Criticism. She finished 30th in 2-point percentage at 40%. God. 29th in 3-point percentage, 18.8. And her effective field goal percentage was a league low 39.5%. That's crazy as hell. And I don't want to hear nothing about a big. We're going to take a look at something. Even from the free throw line, often a reliable scoring source for bigs, she landed 27th. Considering most of Reese's shots come from close to the rim.
And guess what? These numbers actually get worse when we start examining exactly where her shots are coming from and how she's missing them. We haven't even gotten to the most damning statistics yet. The reality is that Angel Reese's shooting efficiency isn't just bad for a rookie. It's historically bad for any WNBA player with her usage rate and shot selection. Players who shoot this poorly typically don't maintain high usage rates because coaches simply can't afford to run offensive possessions through such inefficient scorers. Yet Reese continues to command a significant offensive role despite evidence, suggesting she shouldn't.
Some fans found the numbers hard to stomach. A 6'3" post player that shot 90% of shots from 5 foot, within 5 foot, is at 30. Another one said, OMG, Angel, get up, girl.
Those high usage, low efficiency numbers might be concerning on their own, but when you isolate Angel Reese's performance within 5 feet of the basket, where her 6 feet 3 inches frame should give her a dominant advantage, the statistics become even more alarming. At just 44.5% from point-blank range, she's being outshot by guards who stand 7 inches shorter than her. In basketball terms, this isn't just disappointing. It's a fundamental failure to leverage her most obvious physical gifts.
I'm going to be honest with you here. I think it is a deal that is eventually going to get her benched in the WNBA. I think that will happen one day because a good coach, if she ever gets one, is going to look at this and be like, you're 6'4", you're 6'3", you're too damn inefficient. I can't have you on the court. And, just perfect your craft. and then worry about all the other collateral things around you after the fact.
Let's put this in perspective. At 6 feet 3 inches with an impressive wingspan, Reese should be a nightmare for defenders near the basket. When a player of her stature gets positioned inside, conventional basketball wisdom says it should be 2 nearly automatic points. Yet somehow reconverts these high-percentage opportunities at a rate that would make even perimeter players cringe. Most WNBA players hit these shots at rates between 55% and 65%, making Reese's 44.5% truly stand out for all the wrong reasons. Even worse, from shots between 5 to 9 feet from the basket, she shoots an abysmal 11%. That's right, she makes 1 out of 10 shots from mid-range.
It's just a fact. She is, it's more than a fact. She is not good at layups. But I was looking at her stats, so I jotted some down right here, and she shoots an abysmal 39% from the field. She shot below 50% on shots less than 5 feet away, which is bad. And even worse than that is that shots from 5 to 9 feet, 13%.
What makes this statistic particularly damning is the comparison to smaller guards who face significantly greater challenges finishing at the rim. Take Kelsey Mitchell, who stands at just 5 feet 8 inches. Despite giving up 7 inches to Reese Mitchell, she consistently finishes better at the rim at an astonishing 60% on shots within 5 feet from the basket. Think about that for a second. A guard who barely reaches Reese's shoulders is more effective in the paint than someone with every physical advantage imaginable. This isn't just about height either. Game footage analysis reveals specific technical flaws in Reese's finishing approach. Poor footwork, inconsistent release points, and a tendency to rush shots even when uncontested. One analysis described her shooting form as a basketball fundamentals horror show, noting her crossed wrists and a pushing action that originates from her hips rather than a proper shooting motion. Some fans even call it like seeing an uncoordinated baby giraffe.
This tells you, look at effective bigs in the league. Jonquel Jones, one of my favorite players actually. Brittany Griner, 1 and 2. All right, that's what it's supposed to look like for somebody that's 6'3" and above. Asia Wilson, way up there. Then Mitchell, then Clark. Look, if you want to compare Angel to somebody like Aaliyah Boston, look at that. I mean, she's right here, 53.7% from 2-point percentage. She was ranked 13th in the league. Angel was ranked 30th.
The contrast becomes even more stark when comparing Reese to elite post players with similar physical attributes. Ael Wilson converts 67.3% of her shots at the rim, while Brittany Griner hits 63.1% of hers. Both players understand how to use their size effectively, establishing deep position using proper footwork and finishing with technique rather than just relying on height. Even Caitlin Clark, who stands 4 inches shorter at 6 feet 0 inches and faces much more defensive pressure as a primary ball handler, converts 54.1% of her 2-point attempts. Clark achieves this despite taking more difficult shots, often creating her own looks against set defenses rather than receiving passes in established positions.